match.
Thank you very much, guys. Very clinical finish, I think. Starhorn Royal Club, I think, bouncing back from their Game 1 defeat relatively well. Insec once again showing up. Strong presence, especially in that duo lane. And talking about the duo lane, BB just really struggling with some very bad decisions early on.
I think the biggest thing that snowballed that lane has to be obviously the level 2 Lee Sin gank from Insec. Now, what happened was a lane swap scenario that with the bot lanes ended up top, but the junglers ended up splitting sides of the map. And TPA failed to realize that Insec would be all over that top side and didn't give any respect for the possibility of a level 2 gank. Lee Sin comes out, gets them both extremely low, and that from then on, there's no coming back from that. And just not respecting that happening cost them the game.
Yeah, just how they exploited it was actually showing how a Lucian matchup is actually normally going to beat Tristana, just dashing in and going for these short and aggressive trades. But it was facilitated by the fact that it was a level 2 gank. I had so many people reach out to me saying like, hey, look at, Lucian's finally winning a matchup. But no, it was Lucian and Insec actually winning that matchup.
Yeah, he blew the flashes too.
Yep.
Yeah, it was pretty incredible. And I'm kind of just repeating what the caster is saying, but I still can't believe that given the option, Win says, no, guys, I'm going to play Kha'Zix after all, even though he's repeatedly not had good performances on this champion. And it just seems like TPA aren't keying into how this tournament is playing out for them.
Yeah, I agree. So Starhorn Royal Club, they at least hold on to that first place seed for now, assuming TSM beat SK in this next game, which sets us up for a rematch at the end of the day. If TSM drops the ball and loses to SK, it's a 1-2. Taipei Assassins, their run has ended, and it's a disappointing group stage for the team, where we'd expected some, more results from them. I just want to quickly go back to the game because I know, Crepper, you felt quite strongly about Zero from Starhorn Royal Club and his Frostfang at 10 minutes in particular.
Okay, first let's point out, actually Zero played really well. He had some amazing bubbles this game. Tidal A's were good. But I'm looking at what Royal needs to improve to get better, to actually have a shot and make it, going farther than the quarterfinals, and they need to exploit it or take more advantage out of their lead. He goes to base and he comes back with an upgraded Frostfang instead of buying Moby Boots. He could have had the option of going Moby Boots and Sidestone coming out of base against a support that didn't even have Sidestone yet. On top of that, the enemy jungler wasn't running Sidestone either. He could have solely controlled the vision control of that game on his own if he bought Moby Boots Sidestone. Instead, he went for the Frostfang. At the same time, he upgraded Frostfang to Frost Queens, skipping the Mikhails, but then built the Mikhails anyways. And if you value Mikhails, why don't you just build it sooner? I just don't understand it.
Not only that, but there was pretty much no risk in that situation too, because when he went back, this was when
about 10 minutes.
Yeah, about 10 minutes. BB at that point had just the components for a Shiv. He had the blade and the Avarice Blade and a Zeal. Meanwhile, Uzi was fed, very, very fed, and so Uzi could have kept the lane pressed up in bottom, giving the freedom for Zero to walk into the jungle. And we're not even talking about the jungler items either. Kha'Zix is not going to be a Sightstone jungler. Lee Sin will be a Sightstone jungler. You can choke out with Moby Boots at that point in time, given the conditions of the game, with that vision. I totally agree with you.
And then if you look at what Frostfang gives you, 5 more damage on every trade.
I mean,
come on, guys.
I could see the argument for it. They probably just think, well, let's team fight better here. I'll help you out, Uzi. I got a slow for you, buddy.
Just stop.
No, I mean, and honestly, since the Frostfang changes where it gave 2 less GP10, it's just not worth it on champions who cannot reliably get stacks in. I've been checking the gold earned by this item repeatedly throughout the tournament, and it's never a strong number. It's never even paying for the upgrade cost. Sure, you can say, well, I want the 5 ability power it gives, whatever, but it's literally a waste of gold to do this when it could be buying useful items.
Let's step back really quickly. Taipei Assassins, they are now out of the group stages. As we said, Starhorn Royal Club and TSM fighting for seeding. Royal Club looked much better in this matchup. Obviously, it is a disparity in mismatch. TPA not playing as well as TSM did. What does Royal Club take away from a loss in the earlier day, fairly strong win now, at the potential of a tiebreaker later? Mindset, strategy, have they bounced back? Is it just it was a weaker opponent so they looked better?
Snowballing your bot lane wins you the game.
Yeah. I think the fact that we're seeing, again, a Lee Sin jungle make good moves early on. Crumbs, at the beginning of the day, you talked about the fact that this is our sort of group stage 1 MVP jungler. I agree. I still don't like Kha'Zix very much. And personally, when I watch these games, he doesn't seem to do very much, whereas Lee Sin and all the other early game junglers seem to set the games up to let the game just be won.
I think another important thing that Royal can take away from these games is the mid lane pick because against TSM, they picked Fizz, and that did not go well. This time around, we saw them take the Orianna against Fizz, so they took the mirror match. And if they go for a more control-oriented mid lane against TSM, if the rematch is to happen, I think they'll look better.
Let's go. Final thoughts from Monty.
Yeah, I'm still concerned about Starhorn because we saw another Nidalee ban coming into that game, and TPA is not a Nidalee team. So I have some questions about whether or not this team does its homework. And if we roll back to the TSM games as well, the Nidalee ban and then the Elise ban, not probably necessary, but I don't think we're going to see Dyrus on Rumble for the rest of this tournament. I think that is an incredibly bad move. But if Starhorn can give their draft a little more love, I think they should be in good shape.
We'll find out. SK take on TSM later in the day, and we'll see if that Rumble makes it through. Right, AHQ and Edward Gaming are booting up for our 4th game of the day, and we'll be bringing you that action after this quick break. Do not go anywhere.
Focus though from Hachi and Morning, but it's only focused for so long because of the power. Hello. First Zero goes down. That's Korn going down in the beginning there. Zero actually still alive, but he's yet for long for this world.
Go, 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 go. Okay.
That's the Mundo going down first in the blink of an eye. Not what should be happening. It's going to be the Nexus turrets. It will be sub 30 minutes.